Here is everything you need to know about the North Center neighborhood housing market in Chicago going into the month of July 2022, according to me, Jake Lyons, realtor with At Properties here in Chicago. Let's go ahead and get right into it. In June of 2022, the most recent data that we have, obviously, the median sales price for all single-family homes in North Center, so that's houses, townhouses, and condos, was $680,000, which is up a whopping 29% month over month from May when it was at $525,000, and up 21% from $562,000 of the same month a year ago, June of 2021. So that's kind of insane. My best guess as to why that actually is, so North Center has it has a pretty significant mix of condos and houses. There's a lot of houses and a lot of condos. Excuse me, I have a Post-it note falling. You know what? I'm just gonna keep this in because I keep things keeping it real right now. All right, here we go. So I'm guessing that just in June there were probably just more houses selling than in May and even June of last year, which would make up for that. So we're talking median, but I'm still guessing that just with the more houses selling for higher price points, I'm thinking that has a lot to do with that, because I don't actually think that the housing market in June is increased 29% in 1 month or even 1 year. That wouldn't make sense in some markets. If you're talking about like San Diego or something like that, or I don't even know, one of these towns in Utah or something like that, it actually would make sense. But we haven't been seeing that kind of crazy appreciation anywhere in Chicago. So and even in previous months of doing these videos in North Center, we haven't seen that. So definitely a statistical anomaly. I'll be curious to see if that continues. I don't expect it to, though. Anyway, enough on that part of it. The median market time, so the amount of time that it takes to get from a new listing to a property under contract, took 5 days. 5 days in June, 5 days in May, 6 days last year. So still very competitive. The month supply is still at 1.4, 1.3 in May and 1.2 last year. So if you might remember from some past videos, anywhere from 0 to 3 is considered a seller's market. 4 to 6 is a neutral market. Anything higher than that, it's a buyer's market. So 1.4, very firm seller's market, very competitive market. And one other thing that I'm been keeping track of recently is new listings and properties under contract. So new listings actually increased in this neighborhood year over year. So it went up 3.5%, which is good. That's something that we haven't seen in many other markets or the city at all, or anywhere really, anywhere in America almost. And the properties under contract did decrease 15%, which is another reason why this crazy increase in sales price doesn't make sense, because you would think that would have just not had that effect, right? So anyway, so kind of some funky stuff going on in North Center this month, but we'll see if these trends continue and what happens going forward. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, if you are a buyer or a seller or considering being one of those things in this area or really anywhere in Chicago, reach out. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's strategize. Let's get down to the nitty-gritties of what your specific situation is. We could have gotten a whole lot deeper in this, but that would have been beyond the scope of what I'm hoping is about a 5-minute video or so. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. Thanks for paying attention. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.